What's up, guys? Chris here from Eagle Ridge, and I'm not used to having an audience, but we have one today. So they're back there, they're doing their own things. You guys want to say hi?
Hi.
So, anyway, today we got an instrument repair, and I thought, make a good video, and I got to get some content out for you guys. So there's this gorgeous Luna guitar here. And I know for a fact that it's not been restrung or tuned up or worked on in about 6-7 years because I'm the last one that did it. So I'm going to walk you through a few of the things that I do. Obviously, the first thing, let's get the strings off of it and start cleaning it up. Alright, so what I did was I went ahead and did a little bit of the prep work and got the strings off and cut them off here at the bridge. And really, that's about how tight you want your bridge pins. Like, literally just push them in and be able to pull them right back out. These took a little more concerted effort, but that happens. So I'm going to get the strings out of here, and next comes cleaning. Alright, so in cleaning, one of the things I do is I'll pull the saddle out and make sure that this whole bridge gets a little rub with quad aught steel wool. The reason being, you want to make sure you're removing any of the dust and dirt, and it's allowed to vibrate freely. So, and I'll also come through and do the saddle. Now, while we got it out, I want to take a number 4 file and make sure I go back and recut the grooves for my strings. The issue with doing this, though, is you got to make sure you cut them in the right spot. Cool. Alright, saddle to the side. Now what I'm going to take is a round file. Just kind of, I don't want to ream the pinholes. I just want to clean them out a little bit. So I'm not putting pressure. I'm allowing the file to just pull the dirt and things like that out of the hole. And this particular one has an under saddle pickup, so I'm not gonna like run a toothpick in it or anything like that. So now what we're gonna move on to is taking some steel wool to the frets and the tuning machines and all that. So we'll go from there. Alright, so again with your quad aught or 4O steel wool, I'm going to come through and just touch up the frets. I know a lot of you are fixing to crawl me on this one, but you'll see why I go this way first. If I can keep the camera from moving around there. So, me personally, I do go across the fretboard. The reason is you can't get a good clean on the frets if you go with it. So I go across, and then I'm going to come back down. Just like that. The particular tuning machines on this one are a brushed satin, so you can take steel wool to them. If they were gloss or anything else, I wouldn't. Just because it's not going to hurt the finish on these. So I'm gonna hit all these, and then we're going to come back and talk about adjusting them. Alright, so went through, hit them all a little bit, didn't really want to hit them hard. Now in adjustments, I want to go through and make sure each securing nut is tight, but not like, don't crank down on it. And then I want to come through with my screwdriver and just check each locking screw in each head. And again, you don't want it overly tight, but you don't want it too loose either. So it is just a come through, make sure everything's kind of secure. And now we can move on to cleaning, because that's when the fun starts. Alright guys, we're moving on to cleaning. I managed to get her voice on there, cool. Alright, what I'm using right now is this microban. I don't like to use it, but this one has went so long that it could really stand the deep cleanse. Most of the time you're going to use like a Pledge furniture cleaner, or if you can get it, especially on the fretboard, lemon oil. Dunlap makes it, and I can't remember who else. They have about the best one, because it's made specifically for rosewood. So basically, like anything else, we're going to spray it down, put some elbow grease in it, and get it cleaned up. Alright, so like I said, preferably get some lemon oil, because it won't go rancid and it really absorbs well into the rosewood, or if you have a maple fingerboard, and the bridge. In lieu thereof, what I have is some mineral oil, because it won't go rancid. So we're gonna just kind of, I'm gonna go light with this. If you had lemon oil, I'd go a little heavier. So we'll just go real light. Now this, you do want to go across the neck. Don't go with it, because it'll wedge up under the frets and you won't get a good soak. And once you've actually got your first layer, just kind of come in and massage it down. That's all we're doing, is just working the oil in. As you play, your oil from your fingers is going to work in. But for this, we really need to make sure that the fingerboard's already kind of soaked up as much as it can. Don't overdo it, because then it'll just be a puddly mess and nobody can play it. So from there, it's putting it all back together. Alright, so putting it back together. This one, we have a compensated bridge. Always remember your compensation goes on the 5th and 6th. Well, 1st and 2nd, depending on how you count them, strings. So it's the B and the E, the high E. And you want to orient that correctly. And now we're going to get the strings in it. I like to use these nickel wound Diodarios. They've been the best ones. In 25 years, that's probably the best strings I've ever had. They last and last and last and just do phenomenal. They don't go out of tune until their like very last day. And I've left them on a guitar for 5 years. So, all right, let me get that started and we'll keep going. One thing too that I don't really mention a lot is, so put your ball end in, push the pin against it, pull up on the string, now push your pin in. That'll keep it from kind of levitating up later when you really don't want it to. So that'll just kind of help set the pins. And again, you just want them finger tight.
You're very popular.
So this started because Leslie was harassing Toby. She asked him if today was for his prostate exam. Toby told us he was going to go see the dentist. Mm-hmm. So I said, he said it was his dentist. Unless he's going to the Walgreens round, it's going to be really odd. And Leslie, I wouldn't trust a dentist to do your prostate check, Toby. Prostate, no. I have to. I'll be way back in chair and have my teeth cleaned. Unless teeth cleaning takes it on a strange and new dimension. I believe the scientific name is anal detention, which. But see, that sort of thing makes him feel good.
Yeah.
She doesn't. She never asks us to.
Oh no.
So I feel confident in doing it.
Sure.
I also feel like I need to be available to do it.
Yeah.
Toby, there's a. If this is my scope, where did I leave my pen joke in there somewhere?
Alright. Got all those put on. Let's see what we can do. I think that'll work. Alright guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. I know it wasn't a great video, but hey, it's a video and I got to get some stuff out. We got more stuff coming all across the board. You can leave me a dislike, but you got to tell me why. And as always, it's going to be a good day.